Ahoy lads and ladies, my name's Hampy, welcome back to the channel. Today we are in the April International Challenge for 2020 and we are going to keep on plugging away here. We're at Battle 24, I believe we're at X and 8 is the grand total, so that makes us, what, 12? No? Yes? 24, take 12 is 12, 14, 24, no, 24 take 8 is 16. Must be where we're at. Okay, so we've got a Coalossal, a Venusaur, Dusclops, Butterfree, Excalibur, and Primarina. Okay, so it's hard Trick Room team. What do we like? What do we like the look of here, guys? I actually really like Chandelure. Lapras doesn't look horrible. I think Lapras Chandelure is going to be the play, guys, and it's going to be Excadrill Hawlucha? Or is it going to be Sylveon Hawlucha? We're going to bring Sylveon on. Is it? Colossal's probably rocking the weakness policy, but John Doe, that's a cool trainer card. Striking a pose. I don't know, I'm biased to mine. I like mine. Primarina Dusclops, okay. So this definitely isn't the bestest of leads for us, but we'll take it. So we're going to, gee, we have two choices here, and I don't know. I think our choice is to switch out our Chandelure into Sylveon. Freeze dry, switch out. Let's see what our opponent is going to come out with here. He's coming out with the ally switch, okay, for the turn one ally switch. Primarina is using Scold into the Sylveon slot. That's done a little bit. Freeze dry is coming out in the Dusclops. Not going to do too much. Going to do a little chunk. Going to do, you know, a bit less than a quarter. And we're going to try again. This time we're going to Hyper Voice as well, so we are going to get some damage off. The Dazzling Gleam comes down. Does a bit of damage to both. The Hyper Voice comes out. Again, does a bit of damage to both. I think this time we get the Freeze Dry off into the Primarina slot. Just does a little bit, and the Trick Room looks like it's coming out from the Dusclops here, but I wouldn't see why. Might be just the Trick Room is coming out. Now we are moving first for the time being, aside from that Dusclops. So again, I think we're going to Freeze Dry Hyper Voice. But I think our targets are going to switch this time. I think we are going to go with that. Oh, geez, do I Hydro Pump and like aim to KO the Dusk? Like, no, we are going to go with that Primarina. We're going to try and get that down. Aqua Jet comes out into the Sylveon slot. Does a little bit, but Nightshade comes out into the Sylveon slot. He's trying to get that cheeky KO, but we're going to survive on 1 HP. Hyper Voice comes out, gets the KO on the Primarina, and if we get the if we get a crit here, we could be in a very good way. But we don't get a crit. And we see what our opponent brings out here. They've brought out the Coalossal. We're in Turn 3 of 5 of Trick Room. This Coalossal very well may not have Steam Engine. Do we Dynamax Lapras here and go for the Geyser? We do, because that Dusclops is going to Nightshade, for sure. So we're going to quick attack it and get a little bit more damage into it. And yep, that Coalossal appears to be slower than us, so that's going to it's going to hinder us a little. But you want to guarantee that hit with the like, what's our Lapras sitting on? About half HP, right? Like just over half. It's a bit more than that. It's taken one Dazzling Gleam, so we're getting that quick attack off. But it probably won't KO Dusclops here. It's gonna do a bit of damage, but not enough. Bulldoze is coming out. Procking the weakness policy on the Coalossal. KO and Sylveon, slowing us all down. Sylveon's going to faint, and the Vocalist's going to come out from the Coalossal, but we've got our Charty Berry. So we're going to survive that. And we're going to set up some rain. Geyser's going to come out. We're going to see what... Oof. It's not quite enough to get that KO. But it does activate the Steam Engine, which makes the Coalossal super duper fast now. So the Vocalist's going to come out and do a little damage to us, and we can bring back our Chandelure. Go for the res into... Yeah, it's going to KO it. It's on 1 HP. We're going to go for the res into the Coalossal and the Shadow Ball into the Dusclops. The Steam Engine is on my opponent. Well, I guess you can Aqua Jet, I suppose, is how they would look to activate that. But they're in a bit of a pickle here because they don't want to. They can't reverse Trick Room. We've got Chandelure on the board to KO that. Where the Max Guard comes out from the Coalossal. That's to be expected. I think Dusclops gets another 50 HP into Lapras. And the Shadow Ball comes into the Dusclops to get the KO. So the Vocalift does a bit of damage. Does a bit of damage to our Chandelure as well. And we find out their last Pokemon. We see what they're packing in the back. It's a Venusaur. And since that Coalossal is super duper fast, right? It's super duper fast. We are going to just Heat Wave. And it's going for the double, but we're going to G-Max Res into the Venusaur. Almost take it out. Not quite take it out. But Earth Power comes out. The Venusaur turns out to be slower than our Chandelure, but it's not enough to KO it. And it dies to a Life Orb. The Chandelure puts that last little bit of damage onto the Coalossal for the game. And we take a win. We're at 25 now, I believe. 25 games. Take a win out. Squeeze out a win. We'll continue battling. 25. So 5 games to go for the day. So for you guys, it's another 2 more episodes after this one, I think. Because this one will take us to 26. Yep. 2 more videos, and we found our next opponent for this video, and we'll have a look at what we've got here. And we've got another very Sun team with yeah, okay, so we've got Venusaur, Ninetales, Charizard, Durant, Whimsicott, and the last Pokemon is a Snorlax. So communication with the other trainer was interrupted. I hope that doesn't count as a battle. Ooh. Looks like it was on my side. No. But I hope that doesn't count as a battle. It's kicked me all the way out of the competition here. So I have to go again. It hasn't counted as a battle. That's okay. We're okay with that. That team was looking scary. Quite happy not to face that one. But we'll found an opposing trainer here. We'll see what we can find now. Okay, and we're looking at a Conkeldurr and a Rotom Wash, Excadrill, Charizard, Lapras, and Togekiss. So that's a strong looking team right here. That looks a very good looking team, but we're gonna go with the this old caper, the Excadrill Lapras. And they're obviously bringing Rotom Wash. Like, that's a thing. That's a bring. Like, what do I think they bring here? I think the answer is Rotom Wash, Excadrill, Charizard, Togekiss. So I bring Lapras, Excadrill, Conkeldurr, and Howlucha. See what I bring there. Ooh, that's cool. Flying, touching the light. That's pretty cool. Yep, I'll give it to him. I think we get a Lapras Togekiss out of my opponent, so this is actually a fairly good lead for us. Because we are going to go for a freeze dry. We're going to go for a double up into that Togekiss. That's looks like a great bowl. So it could be Lapras, could be Togekiss. Yeah, out comes the Lapras. Gonna smack out a big old Max Geyser into our Excadrill probably, but if we can take down this Togekiss... Oh, okay. It's going to use an ally switch. That's interesting. So that's going to do a little bit, but not enough. And G-Max Res comes out into our Excadrill. Is that going to... That is super effective, right? No, it's not. Okay. Okay. Okay, this time we are going to go for a freeze dry and a rock slide. Oh, rock slide might not have been the right call, actually. 'Cause that's going to do He's ally switching again, so there you go. Rock Slide was the right call. The Freeze Dry is not going to hit the Togekiss for too much. Do we see the weakness policy Lapras, or is it Light Clay? No, it's definitely it's a Light Clay or Lapras by the looks of things here. There's double ally switch coming out of my opponent's Togekiss. So that's a bit of a problem. Bit of a problem here. So all we've seen so far is ally switch out of my opponent's Togekiss. We might have a follow me. They might have follow me. You can probably expect follow me out of this, but because it doesn't have follow me, I'd say it doesn't have protect, right? Sorry, not follow me. Because it has ally switch, it probably won't have protect. But the resonance is going to come out, which is to be expected. But since we used detect, we've survived this Lapras's 3 turns of Dynamax. We've got the weakness policy up on the Lucha now. We do a bit of damage to that Togekiss. I'm kind of expecting another follow me out of that Togekiss. But we procced our weakness policy without having to gee. What's our last Pokemon in the back? Conkeldurr. Might have been worth not Dynamaxing our Lucha here. And just going for that Thunder Punch bop. And then next turn bringing out the Conkeldurr for the KO. For the sweep. Because it's going to follow me. Right? Which means Lucha's going to KO that. And Lapras is going to get another super effective shot at us. Which we would have done anyway. And if this KOs us, well, it was worth, because it hasn't KO'd. I think. Like, we can deal with that Lapras, so what we need to worry about is the next Pokemon that come out. It's almost in Muck Punch range, for heck's sake. It's the Rotom Wash. And actually, Rotom Wash isn't horrible for Excadrill either here. For Conkeldurr. We want to go for that. We're at +2. This should go close. Ice Shard comes out. Is that enough? It is enough to do it. Would you look at that? Oh dear. Oh gee. Well played by my opponent on the Ice Shard there. Thunderbolt's going to come out. This should do enough to... Ooh, no. Not enough to KO the Lapras. We're going to get a Freeze Dry off. Into that Rotom. Oh, and we get a Freeze, which is quite big. The opposing team Aurora Veil wears off, and we get our Conkeldurr out. Because if that Rotom stays frozen for just one turn, we're in with a really good chance of winning. But you do hate to see it. Freeze is one of my least favorite, no, not one of my least favorite mechanic in this game. It's a 10% chance to randomly, you know, luck out and freeze. It might even be 5% on certain moves. But to just luck out and freeze your opponent for a random number of turns, anywhere between 1 and 5 somewhere. And then, yeah, you might win, you might lose a game you were supposed to win because of it. Like, this, he was in a, you know, decent position. Gee, that freeze dry did a lot more than the last one. The last one was, oh no, did he have a berry? Did he have citrus? I don't know, but I know he did get frozen, and that's super unfortunate for my opponent, especially since he's sitting on an Excadrill here, where we'll be able to break its sash and Mach Punch it down. The use protects, okay. Don't understand why. Trying to scout out stuff, I guess. Trying to scout out moves, scout out what I'm gonna do, but don't know what he's trying to stall out here. My Lapras isn't hurt. There's no way. You feel bad for him, you really do. You hate to lose a game like that. Because we wouldn't have had this Lapras to do that, I think, if that, if that Rotom didn't get frozen there. But you take the win. You feel bad for it, but you take the win. And, well, you move on. You take the win, you feel bad for your opponent. That's why the best of one format sucks sometimes. Because my opponent, I think, was in probably a better spot than me there. They were going to get, like, without that freeze, they get a KO onto my Lapras the next turn. I have to target down, like, the Excadrills are probably sashed. So I have to target down, like, I have to get 3 hits off with Conkeldurr. One into Rotom, one into, and you're dealing with Excadrill and Rotom Wash, who are going to do a lot of damage to you. So, if my opponent, whoever you are, if you ever see this, I'm sorry I froze you, but I'm glad I won. So, on that note, I'll go get myself a glass of water, and I'll see you guys in the next video.